we're going to bring our arms back up, facing up towards, pointing up towards the sky. We're going to bring our right knee into our chest. And we're going to cuddle hold of our right knee, really bring it into our chest, and then point away with your left foot. If you can, just lift it off the ground just a little bit. Both of your backs are nice and strong now, but if your back wasn't strong, you would just support it by resting it onto the floor. So keep pointing away. And now we're going to swap legs. So you can very gently bring your legs down and swap them over. Or, if you want, engage your core, swap your legs over, as we've done before. See, there you are, already done. And then cuddle into your left knee. Really bring that in and point away with your right toe. It's a really nice stretch, this one. Now swap sides again. So we're just going to see if we can increase that just that little bit more. Well done. And then swap sides for the last time. And now bring both knees into your chest, cuddle them, and just give your body a lovely little massage, just as you're going around. Fantastic. You're getting so much stronger, more flexible. And now, just open out your knees that little bit. Put your hands down between your knees towards your toes. Grab hold of your toes and then bring them up into the air. Not all the way up, just into happy baby. And just gently rock a little bit from side to side, front to back, or if you can, possibly even around in a circle. Just, can you feel that lovely like massage on your back? Now let go of your toes, point your toes up towards the sky. Really point with your toes up, then push away with your heels. And you should really feel that stretch all the way down the back of your legs. So your legs are straight up into the air, pointing up with your toes, and then away with your heels. You can really increase that stretch. Now, if you want, either hold on to your calves or your knees, and we're going to open our legs out into a V, just so again, we can increase that strength and that stretch on our inner thigh, and also by opening out our hips as well. Fantastic. Now bring your legs back together, and then bring your feet down onto the floor so that your knees are bent. What we're going to do is put our arms out to the sides as if they were in a cross, and our legs are going, or our knees, are going to flop over to the left side, and we're going to look over to the right side. And as we're doing that, we're keeping both our shoulders onto the ground. What I'm going to do is just pop a block just occasionally underneath. It just helps to increase that stretch without you then worrying about where your back's going. That's great. Okay, so just see if you can hold that for a little bit longer. And now bring your knees back up into the middle with your head. And now we're going to go over onto the other side. So our knees are now going over onto the floor to the right side. Our arms are outstretched, our shoulders are nice and flat onto the floor. And we're looking over towards our left hand. And come back up into the middle. Place your feet firmly on the ground. Engage your core. Your arms are going to come upwards towards the ceiling in front of you. Now bring them down towards your knees as you engage your core. Because what we're going to do is see if we can just lift our shoulders off the ground that little bit. So some people would think that we're going to be going up into a seating position. We might do, but what we're trying to do is just engage that core. So we're leading with our shoulders, nice soft relaxed head, and then come back down again. So who's ready for going for a sit-up? with this. So if you're ready, we're going to engage the core. We're going to lead with our shoulders. And then we're slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, going to be sitting upwards. The easiest way is to try and keep your feet flat onto the ground. Yeah, you will. Actually, you did more. You did more this week. And this is what we're doing. Each time we're doing it, even if all we're doing is we're coming up with our shoulders first, nice, and we're coming to here, that is doing the same movement. To be honest, it doesn't matter how you get up to that bit, because it's all about engaging that core. So both of you, well done. So now we're going to go over onto our knees, into our lovely table position. Normally I say about the glass of champagne, I think now it's Christmas, it needs to be mulled wine, doesn't it, on our backs? Oh, wouldn't that be nice? Mulled wine and a mince pie. So, hands underneath your shoulders, knees on the floor, under your hips, but hip width distance apart. And we're just now going to go into some cat-cow. So drop down your tummy, your bottom goes up, and your head goes up, and really try and stretch up. And then from there, change the opposite direction into angry cat. So you're really tucking in your tummy, you're stretching out your back and your vertebrae. And then from there, go down into cow again. So I'm just going to really help, because this is just lovely for mobility. That is amazing. Really impressed. So really trying to be here. That's it. There we go. Perfect. And as we come in, that is amazing. So we're just going to see if we can get down a bit more. Yeah. Really going to lift up from here. There you go. Can you feel the difference? So you're really starting to open out that vertebrae, your back, everything. Fantastic. So come back into table, which is that one where our back's nice and flat. And from here, we're going to push ourselves, so we're sitting with our bottom onto our heels. If you want to have a scarf or anything to make it a bit easier for your feet, you can do. And then we're putting our head either onto the floor, or if you want, with one of your blocks. So we're in extended child pose. So we're having a nice stretch out. And then from here, if you want, just bring your hands around to touch your toes. So we're in child pose. The aim with this one, see if you can keep your bottom onto your heels. So we're having that lovely stretch happening all the way through with your back. And then from here, engage your core. And we're going to sit up nice and straight into a lovely strong pose. Fantastic. So are you ready for our flow? So from here, we're going to come forward onto our hands. Okay. And then we're taking the weight into our hands and our wrists as we lean forward. And we're coming down very slowly. So our elbows are staying close towards our body as we're coming down. Yay. And then rest your head onto the floor. Move your hands forward so that they're flat on the floor with your elbows. And then from here, we're just going to push ourselves up just that little bit. This is half cobra. So we don't want to go we're not going all the way up. We just want to go up into nice half cobra, and we're looking forward. So it's a nice stretch all the way down to our back. And then while we're in this position, move your hands just down a little bit more. So we're onto, this is the easier option. So your hands are here, and we're going to push ourselves up, and then back into extended child pose. And then as we're sitting here, we're trying to get our bottoms right down onto our heels. Yeah. And then you can bring your arms around to touch your sides. Yeah. And then come back up into a seating position. Just push yourself up if you want. Go up. There we go. See, that is getting so much better, isn't it? Shall we do it the other side?
Nice and smooth. both of you, much smoother. How do you feel about it?
Okay, but when I come up, I have to sort of stop and sort of adjust and then come up. I can't come up in one flow.
It will, at some point. And as long as you're moving, you've got your core engaged, your back's protected, and your neck, and it's a smooth movement, it doesn't matter, because it's using those muscles. So it's when you come from here, and we're up, ideally, we want to try and just move our hands down, come up, and then over.
Right.
But what we're doing is just allowing ourselves a few more movements within it. So we're bringing our hands down to here, or wherever's comfortable. We're coming up, then we're stopping here, maybe a bit of a walk as we come down.
Right.
It doesn't matter, you're still getting all those movements. But we want to try and do it so that from here, we come up, hands down, extended, come down, sit up. It's a lovely movement.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. In a way, you've all heard of sun salutation and things. This is an on the floor version of it in a way, because we're still stretching our backs over and we're doing everything. But it's a more stable way of doing it because we're not going to lose our balance. Because otherwise, when we go up into downward dog, this is a lovely one, but then from here, as we're coming down, it's the same. So I want us to build up our strength and do everything properly, and really work that core, rather than, oh yeah, I can do sun salutation. Yeah, okay, can we? We're doing it so it looks like we can, but I want it so that you're always safe, and then you can do more as well. So while we're onto our knees from here, what I want us to do is come back just into the table position, and we're going to twist around to look over our left shoulder at our left buttock, and then move it around, so we're going to look over our right shoulder at our right buttock, and then back into table. And now we're going to take all the weight into our left knee, because what we're going to do is take up our right knee, and we're going to try and bring it in forwards, and then smoothly take it backwards. Okay, so you just keep that nice and steady and controlled. And then bring your knee back in onto the floor. We'll take the weight into our right knee, and then we're taking out our left. So it's up into the air, just behind you. Nice, smooth movements. That looks good. And our gaze is either down at the ground, or if you want, just towards the end of the mat, but we're not bending our head, looking right up ahead of ourselves at the moment. And we're coming back down. So now we're going to add in the next bit. So as we do the leg, we're also going to do the arm. So I'll come this side so you can see it on here. So what we're going to do is take the weight into our right. Our left leg is going back as our right arm is coming out forward. So what we're trying to do is have a lovely stretch between the two. That's it. Great. If you keep the core engaged, it really helps with the balance. And then come back down. And then take the weight into the left side. So as our right leg goes back, our left hand and arm comes out. That's really good. And now change so you're onto the other side. So what we're going to try and do is slowly start to not move our hips so much between the changes. There we go. That's it. Fantastic. And then change. So we're trying to see if we can keep our hips as stable as we can. There we go. Perfect. And then bring your knee back down and your hands, so we're back into table, and then come back into a nice seating position onto your heels. Bring your hands up, around, and into a namaste. So well done. I think we deserve the nice relaxation now, don't we? But if you think about when you first started with the mobility and things, and what you're actually achieving and doing now, not just in the balance, but with the flexibility, with the core. I know with my style of teaching, some people, oh, we've not done the sun salutation. Actually, I'd rather leave that for a while and concentrate on you getting all those right movements, that flexibility, and we're building up to something. I'll be honest, I've done sun salutation for about 10 years before someone actually corrected me, and then I realised I've been doing it wrong. Because I've been all about, oh, I'll get into this position, I thought that was it. But actually, engaging that, it's better to do it on the mat first, before we start going up. So, well done, ladies. So, what we're going to do is just get into a lovely, nice, comfortable position. I'm going to turn some of the lights down just that little bit more. I'm just going to turn this light off as well. So as we're lying there on the floor, what I want you to do is have a lovely stretch and a yawn. Oh. Really lovely big yawn, just to let go of any of those aches and pains or any stresses from the day, the week, or whatever. So as you're lying there, we're going to do some tensing and relaxing of our muscle groups. So we're going to start off by tensing up our toes and our feet. So I want you to really scrub your toes and your feet as much as you can. Feel that tension, feel that tightness. And then relax and let it go. As you relax and let it go, just gently wiggle your toes. And now just take a moment to be aware as to how your toes feel now and how they felt when they were tense and they were tight. And now moving on to our calves. So I want you to really tense and tighten up your calves as much as you can. So you can feel that tension there, keep it tight. And now relax and let it go. And now the same with our thighs. So really clench and tighten up your thighs as much as you can. Feel that tension from the back of your thighs all the way through to your front. Keep it tight, hold it. And now relax and let it go. As you relax and let it go, you just feel yourself sink deeper and deeper and further into the mat. And now onto our buttocks. I want you to really clench and tighten your buttocks as much as you can. Feel that tension so much that you might even lift off the floor a little bit. But keep it tight, keep it tense. And then relax and let it go. As you relax and let it go, you just feel yourself sink into the mat. And now onto our back. Now all our backs are unique and different. So I want you to just wiggle your hips from side to side, or your pelvic floor up and down, just so that you can get into the most comfortablest of positions for your own back. And now onto our hands. So really clench and tighten your hands as much as you can. Feel that tension. So you feel it running away all the way up your arms. Keep it tense, keep it tight. And then relax and let it go. As you relax and let it go, just be aware of the blood starting to pump back into your hands and your fingers. And just gently wiggle your fingers. And now just take a moment to be aware as to how they feel now and how they felt when they were tense and they were tight. And onto our lower arms. So really clench and tighten up that lower arm as much as you can. Feel that tension, keep it tight. And now relax and let it go. And now the same with our upper arms. See if you can clench and tighten your upper arms, but without moving your shoulders. So it's real visualization here. Clench your arms, keep it tight. And now relax and let it go. And now onto our shoulders, where we literally carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. So clench and tighten your shoulders as much as you can. Shrug it up towards your ears if you want. Keep it tense, keep it tight. And relax and let it go. So relax and let it go. You just feel yourself sink deeper and deeper and further into the mat. And now onto our neck. So very gently and very slowly, I want you to move your head over to the left and then back into the middle and then over to the right and then back into the middle. Just so you're aware of the movement that you have within your neck. And now onto our jaw, an area that we overlook so much with all that tension and tightness that we carry there. So before we start working with our jaw, just be aware as to how it's feeling at the moment, if there's any tension or if you're holding it tightly. And now I want you to really clench and tighten your jaw as much as you can so you can feel that tension running down into your shoulders, up towards your temples. Keep it tight, keep it tense, and now relax and let it go. So relax and let it go. Just have a lovely big yawn. Just now, so you can be aware as to how soft and loose your jaw is feeling. Just gently move it from left to right and around in a circle. And now let's move on to our nose and our sinuses. So squish up your nose as tight as you can. Feel that tension all the way across the middle of your face. Keep it tense, keep it tight. And now relax and let it go. And now to our eyes and our forehead. So I want you to really screw up your eyes and frown with your forehead as much as you can. Feel that tension all the way across the upper part of your head. Keep it tense, keep it tight. And now relax and let it go. As you relax and let it go, just feel yourself sink deeper and deeper and further into the mat. And now we're going to tense and tighten up all of our body, so everything from our toes, our feet, our legs, our buttocks, our hands, our arms, our shoulders, our face, our jaw. Tense and tighten up everything within our whole body. Keep it tense, keep it tight, hold it. And now relax and let it go. As you relax and let it go, you just feel yourself sink deeper and deeper and further into the mat. And as you're lying there on your mat, I want you to be aware that you are safe, you are secure, and you are loved. And as you're lying there, just become aware of your breathing and your breath rate. So you start to become more and more aware of each in-breath and then of each out-breath. With each in-breath, imagine that you're breathing in calm. And with each exhale, that you're letting go of stress. So with every inhale, we've got all this calm coming into our body, permeating through every cell, throughout the whole of our body. And then with every exhale, we're scooping up all that stress and strain within our body, and we're just breathing it out and letting it go. So with each inhale, you're starting to feel calmer. And with each exhale, you're feeling more and more relaxed. So each inhale is calm. And each exhale, you're letting go of stress. Now as you're lying there, just start to become aware of your surroundings again, just that little bit more. Have a lovely stretch and a yawn. Oh, really see little bits of tension or tightness within your body, just start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then when you're ready, very gently, very slowly, just roll yourself over onto your left side. And as you're lying there, I want you to think of the affirmation. And you can repeat it in your mind. I am happy with the way I am today. I am happy with the way I am today. I am happy with the way I am today. And then, when you're ready, just gently push yourself up into a seating position. And just start to become aware of the room that little bit more. If you want, have another stretch of your So namaste everyone, well done.
Namaste.
And Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas. Goodness me, this time
You're
next week.
lucky you've got a young grandson who's going to be very excited.
Oh,
All my
lovely.
grandchildren have grown up.